Okay, we've been telling you about Tanya McDowell. She's the single homeless mother who stands accused of stealing her son's public education. Connecticut prosecutors say she used a false address to enroll her 6-year-old son in school, and now she owes the district more than $15,000. Her supporters say a federal law should have protected her son, whether she had a permanent home or not. Her attorney, Darnell Crosland, joins us now by phone. Darnell, thank you very much for your time. I know you had a busy day because Tanya was in court this morning. What is her reaction to all of this?
Well, she's extremely nervous, obviously, because there's a couple things that's in play here. One, her liberty and her freedom, obviously, because she's facing criminal charges. And two, she's also concerned about the welfare of her child and whether her child's going to be able to get a good education.
So she's had to explain to him why she had to remove him from the school that he liked.
Well, not only has she had to explain to him why he had to be removed from school, but people have come up to him and have said to him that they've seen his mom on television and that he's questioning his mom as to whether she stole the school, because obviously he doesn't understand exactly what's happening, and that's pretty tough for him.
So what is Tanya's living situation? How did this come to be? From my understanding, sometimes she was living at a shelter, sometimes they were able to crash at a friend's house. What was the living situation?
Well, that's what's caused, I think, the most confusion in this whole case. She's obviously homeless, but not living under a bridge.
Okay.
She spent 8 to 9 months in the Norwalk homeless shelter in 2009, and then after that, she started bouncing around to different homes of friends. And I think that's typical of the modern-day homeless person.
Okay, and was she given a chance to put him in what was technically, I suppose, the right school district, according to what Connecticut says? Was she given a chance to put him in the right school district before charges were filed? Because the school district says they weren't the ones that wanted charges filed.
Well, that's a good question, and she was not given that opportunity. What happened was, I think this was a witch hunt that sort of was precipitated by the Norwalk Housing Authority. The Norwalk Housing Authority went after the young lady who was a friend of Miss McDowell's and whose address Miss McDowell used to enroll her child in school. So they went after that woman allegedly for some other purpose which has not been articulated. But I think once they got the transcript of that hearing and it was clear that Miss McDowell lived at different places, then they immediately went over to the prosecutor's office, and to quote them, they didn't go to make a complaint. They went to just let the prosecutor's office know what they found during the hearing, and everything else went from there.
And Darnell, we actually did reach out to the Connecticut State Attorney's Office about this particular case because we have not been able to find a case in Connecticut where a mother has had charges brought against them for this particular situation. And first they told us that there would not be any statements released. And then when we pressed them and specifically said, why in this particular situation are you pressing charges? Then what they said was, well, we'll pass along a message to the boss about this. It does seem so unusual that this is a woman that you would make an example of. Well, we still hope to get a statement from the prosecutor's office, but it does seem, I don't even know the word for it, Darnell, and our viewers have been responding to it as well.
You're absolutely correct. And I spoke to the prosecutor, the head prosecutor this morning, who I know very well, and I made it quite clear to her that I think that these charges need to go away. They need to go away quickly. And I told her, look, you know, the bottom line is, if in fact this child doesn't belong in the school, and that's your position, that's fine. We can address that, but should not be facing felony charges based on this. Secondly, the McKinney-Vento Act, which is a federal act, states that the mother of a child, a